What's good, guys? Hopefully we can kill some boredom today. So again, your boy is wrenching on something else. Another guy, he got a riding lawnmower he bought off Facebook Marketplace for 150 bucks, and he want me to get it mission capable. So let's get it, guys. I'm ahead of myself. It's a yard machine, 14 horsepower, but all 4 tires are messed up. Oh wait, that one's actually on the rim, so 3 tires are off the rim. The battery is dead, and this isn't on. Whoa, shoot, that isn't on. I've already just been matching tools I need. Now that we got it running, guys, I'm going to let it run for about 30 minutes or until the tank runs out. There's not much fuel in it. And then we're going to try to kill it and start it back up. And that'll let me know 1 or 2 things. My battery's good or not, or the standard's not charging. Because it's on now. So hopefully I'm banking on my battery's charging on this system. Somebody been wrenching on this. The cotter pin straightened, and there's no valve, no field valve. Somebody put this tire on backwards. Yep, there it is right there. You can see it right there. Oh, it's off the rim in here. So okay, removing the tire is easy. This would be rolled. These right here will be rolled. Since it's not, you just pull it out, but you will have to unroll them first. Come on, baby. Oh, I am not a lefty, guys. Okay. There we go. Gotcha. Whew. All right. Yes. It was definitely on the wrong way. There's the valve. All right. All right, guys. I already swapped out 1 tire right here. Look how pretty that thing is. So we just swapped out 1 tire. Here's the new one. There's the old. We're about to pull that off right there. to put it in, what you want to do is kind of force as much down as you can, and once you get it, do the process all over again, guys. And there it is, guys. No fancy tools. A little tire iron and a screwdriver. It is a little thicker than normal, but there was no lube, no nothing fancy. Next, we're gonna go over to the compressor. We're gonna blow these up. Okay, all I did, took a rope, tied it. And you can see it's already sealed itself. I didn't remove the valve stem. I threw a little bit of Dawn soap on there. All right, guys, so I got this one in. It's really easy. You just put it on the shaft, slide your washer on, and then your cotter pan, and then spread the cotter pan open. That's it. But an issue with this old style mower is right here, guys. It's rubbing. Right up in there, the wheel rubs. That's a design flaw. Nothing you can do about it, really. That's probably why the sidewall is really bad on this side. And there's like a little ring right here. You can't really see it. There's a small little ring, a little line that goes around the entire circumference of the wheel. But just side, you know, something to be wary of when you buy an old mower. You might get a deal, but there's a reason they stopped these styles, and that's it. Poor design flaw right there. All right, let's go snatch this other tire and put it on. It's on there, and you can see it's rubbing right here. That's why I had to air it down. So I popped the tire out, or I made it purty, made it round again. So now I gotta pop it out, which is always fun, because that's how the tire was. It was like this. So let's go ahead and work some magic. All right. This is dry, no lube, none of all that fanciness. Personally, when you lube it up, I feel like it makes it harder. I just slipped. So we gotta. There. And what that'll do is keep me from slipping out again. walking, guys. And eventually you get to a point where you're done. The hard part's over. Bam. Tires out. Alright, now I gotta get the valve stem out and put the tube in. Sometimes you can pull them out. Other times you have to cut them out. I prefer to cut them out, less effort. My hands are all dirty. Ugh. Yeah, that ain't coming. Not easily, at least. Yeah, that ain't coming out easily, guys. So I'm just gonna come with a razor blade and cut it. Simple razor blade, nothing fancy. Damn. There's the bottom half, guys. Now we gotta shove our tube in. Alright. Now we're ready to air up the tube and it'll swell it to seed it, to beat it. Nothing fancy, I'm using my buddy's cigarette powered tire charger. Okay, I forgot to lube it, and that's why it's not doing it well. So I'm gonna lube it. That'll make it a little easier. This air compressor, if I had a real air compressor, it wouldn't matter. But with this poor, weak one, you have to lube it. Oh yeah. Nice and slow. That's how you win the race, guys. See? And I'm just tapping it. That kind of helps, the vibrations help. All right. That tire is beat it, seat it in the air. Now I'm gonna put it on, and after I put it on, then I'm gonna put the right pressure. Okay, now we gotta do a little wet work. So sand this just a little bit, not a lot. I'm using, what is it, 320? Yeah, 320 grit. And we're just smoothing off a little of that top rust. That's all, really. You know, you gotta get that shaft real good, guys. You know, long, deep strokes. There we go. All right, that's good enough. All right. Now what we're gonna do, I'm using some white grease, lithium base. That'll help prevent more rust and make it easier to put on. And lithium base is my favorite because it has a high water block rate like silicone. Okay, I'm going to take a little multi-purpose lube. And we're going to line up because it's a certain angle. We're going to line it up right. All right, come on, let's do this. There we go. And it's on there, guys. Bam. Throw a little lube into the center spindle where we bolt it down. Tighten it back up. Okay, guys, so fun times. We got to get it off. I've been lubing it. I'm gonna assume that this one's rust welded on like the last one, so we're just gonna make it easy and use heat right off the bat. So what we want to do is we want to heat up in here, that area. Let me get y'all close so y'all can see. So you want to heat up on this particular mower. Don't heat up the axle, you want to heat up the wheel. I'm using an off-the-shelf $15 tank. All right. Now we're gonna throw a little lube in there and hope that that seats itself down. Let's see. Let's, for starters, let's get it off the ground. Bam. And that's it, guys. Easy peasy. Now that we have the tire off, we need to remove the valve stem. Bam. All right. Now what we need to do is get the tire one side off the rim, and we're doing that so it'll be easier to put our tube in, guys. So we're gonna work some magic. Get some of that abracadabra. Come on, bitch. Oh. There we go. Okay. see, no special tools, no lube. The only reason I'm using my tire iron is because I could get, this is the only tool I have that gives good leverage. But if I had a second strong screwdriver, I would use that. Eventually you get to a point where all the extras is just exactly what it is, extra. Bam. Huh. There is something in this tire. Alright. Time for the good part. We need to get this tube into this tire. Make sure you get your stem close to your stem hole. That makes it so much easier, guys. What I like to do is get it tucked first. And once I do that, I work the stem in. I have to flip it. I got it in backwards or upside down, I should say. Alright. Okay, now I got it the right way. Get the stem in. Once you get your stem in, you want to use your vice grips or something. Keep it from moving. Don't make it too tight. You don't want to damage your stem. And now you just work it, guys. Bam. Now you got to put the rim and tire back together. Make sure when you're putting it together, you don't gouge in the sense of shoving your screwdriver in, poking your tube. That's just bad business. All right, put a knee on it. Let's get started. Again, no lube or any of that jazz. All right, there we go. You just want to do a little at a time, like a 1/4 inch or less. See, that's the trick. Don't go too much. Now we're golden. Time to air up. Pro tip, guys. This right here, they don't want you to know about it. Dawn soap and water. Nothing fancy, just soap watered down. There we go. All right, got to clean the spindle. 320 grit, nothing fancy. All right, it's good enough for me. Now, lube it up. This is white grease, lithium base. Good water protectant, so it won't rust seal itself again. And there we go. Now I'm gonna spray some all-purpose cleaner. There we go. Now when you're putting on this particular wheel, on this mower, if you look, it's a certain shape. Get close up in there. There you go. It's kind of oval shape. So is your spindle on your axle. So you want to line those up to mate each other. First time go. Right on. Okay. There we go. I had to find the sweet spot. Oh! All right, we're on there. Lube the bolt hole. Tire rubs there, so my front tires are a little low. One issue I had to fix was the battery was bad. We got a brand new battery in there. The wheels were off the rim. We got tubes in the rear, new rubber on the front. Also, this was disconnected. I have to tighten it. As you see, it's funny because it's loose, but this happened. These two handles right here, I placed them down in this area. Right up in here I placed them, but they weren't there. They were in a different location. I'm not quite sure where exactly, but they were in a different, oh, there you go, right there. This bracket right here was up there, so now I just moved it to a lower spot. And also it was connected plastic to the exhaust setup. So what happened is this plastic is really hot and brittle, and then it breaks. This is a design flaw. This should have been metal, this bottom half, but instead it's plastic, and the plastic is bolted here. And what that is your exhaust. Your exhaust comes down here, so that heat is just piping hot on the bolt area, the connection of this. Like, this model is a crappy design. What was another design flaw other than the tires? And that, oh, but anyways, before I get ahead of myself, so what I did, to fix it because it's broken down there, what I did was I just grabbed some rope, and that works perfectly. Need the guy say cheap as possible, so we're getting it in. He said he don't need this. He said I can actually toss it out, so we're gonna get that out of the way and toss that out. What was another? Oh, one design flaw. So here, I think I mentioned it, but I'm gonna bring it up again. So this is the choke, right? Okay, when I pull the choke out, this little paper clip thing moves back, right? Okay. Now, when I move the throttle from turtle to rabbit, it brings up the bracket that the choke hits. And when you engage the choke, it makes this engine full throttle. Guys, that is one of the worst things you could do to an engine when you first fire it up, is wide open throttle it. So the choke is disconnected. Like, this was definitely not good thinking on the designer parts, and this is a Brayton and Stratton engine, but the build of this is crappy. Another issue with this mower, but he said he's fine with it, is so a regular push to start doesn't happen. You have to give it some weight. Like that, you have to give it some weight, but see, because I didn't have it secured, it's knocked off its hinge. But it stays on its hinge as long as you keep it right when you first get it. There we go. Like that. It's back on there. Next step of this is I gotta pull it up and sharpen the blades, and this mower is good to go home. Alright guys, so oh man, I hate double working, but I get paid for it, so it's all good. So I suggested to the gentleman to replace his rubber because it was bad. He insisted on replacing only the front and getting tubes for the rear. So the issue we have now is when I came out today, the rear, one of the rear tubes have a flat, and the stem suck through the rim, which lets me know that it was really flat. So the bad rubber, because it's worn, must have torn it, you know, from sitting on the rubber all night. So he ended up doing what I suggested originally, which was buy new rubber and just put them on. So with that being said, in order for me to get the tube in, I had to cut his valve stems out. So we had to go and get the stems put back in, which is more money. Like, I hate wasting money, and if he would have just heeded my warning in the beginning, he wouldn't have wasted money on some rubber and new stems, you know. But anyways guys, so here we are again, re-throwing tires on. Right here, got some new rubber. That's pretty. Oh man, I love new. And that's old. That size difference is, once it rounds out, it's amazing how much it takes away. But enough jaw jacking, let's get it guys. Alright, again guys, y'all know how I roll. I only lube when I'm done. And my reason behind it is because lubing in the beginning really makes the job harder. You know, I like to kiss it. And lube doesn't help on a task like this. It's really easy. Alright. New rubber. Alright. You two go together. Alright, baby. We gonna get you in there. Let me set y'all.